Hey there, comic friends. I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day. Yay! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. Miracle of miracles. This week's comics came in time for me to do a new comic book video. Crazy thing is last week's comics, they haven't shown up yet. They're kind of wandering the shipping streams and not finding its home. So anyway, this is comics for the week of January 8th, 2025, second week of January. For me, the first books of the new year that I get to read. Let's check out what we got. Handy Andy Invoice says that I got 12 books this week. Try and get through the packing here and see what we got. Ooh, favorite title of mine. What's the furthest place from here? Issue 21. Our group has found another record store, which is pretty interesting for them because the comic starts out in a different record store. I'm sure they thought it was home, and it was probably they thought it was the only thing. Lo and behold, that General Records looks like it's a chain store. And they've found another one, which can be all kinds of interesting, I think. Always really happy to get this book. Decided to read it and check it out and see what's going on. And we're back into Napalm Lullaby. Got a good old battle going on here. Not 100% sure if we're like in a, well, we're in a reality, right? Or not a reality, kind of a dreamscape potentially or whatever. We've potentially busted out of that. Who knows what's next with this book. I do like this book. It's not of the Remender books that are out right now. It's maybe the one I find the most frustrating. And maybe frustrating is not the right word for it. It's the one I find the least enjoyable. I'm enjoying all of them, but I find this one the least enjoyable because of the way it's being told, I think. Archaic issue number 2. First issue was a lot of fun from Ahoy Comics. Our family that's clearly in all kinds of legal and financial troubles has inherited an island, and the island is full of mythical beasts, it seems. That the blood relatives of who they inherited the house from, they can see the things, and it seems to me like potentially adopted child cannot see them. So we'll see how that works out in the story. Been a while since Creeping Below issue number 1 came out. Here's issue number 2. This cover's a little better. The cover for the first one, I didn't really talk about it at all. That's when books were not coming out at a regular time. Was so brown and muddy, you just absolutely could not tell really what's going on. This one you can tell a little better. Some tree roots, some mushrooms, some sort of like maybe a vigil there and whatnot. This was an interesting comic. Brian Alessio, Del Rey doing the art, Jenkins on colors. It has to do with like Scandinavian black metal and sacrificing people to the ancient forest. And was it kind of a joke? Was it the real thing? I guess we're going to find out, huh? In this issue 2. Let me see. Hello, Darkness. This is issue, what do I want to say? It's not even telling me. You know what? This is not the cover. I would bet money this is not the cover I ordered. This looks like a Jenny Frasian cover. I'm looking at my invoice to see if it tells me. Yeah, see, this is the B cover, and I am almost positive. I'm going to look. I'm almost positive that I ordered the A cover. I try to stick with, most of the time, with A covers. If I do B covers, then I do the whole series in B covers, just so when I'm looking through my long box, everything looks consistent. It's a cool cover, but I wanted the A cover, so I'm going to look to see if something that I ordered, I screwed up and clicked the wrong thing, which is possible, or they just decided to give me this instead of what I actually ordered. Where Monsters Lie, Cul-de-sac, issue number 3. just a fun, goofy story by Kyle Starks about a society of serial killers. All the crazy stuff you see from the movies like Saw and Jason and all that, all living together. They were living in a different gated community. That gated community got wrecked. Now they're in this cul-de-sac, and our heroes are trying to wreck that too. Generally was on board with this originally just because of the Petro Olkowski art. Big fan of him. So, first issue of Lucky Devils. This is a book that's by Charles Soule and Ryan Brown, the people who brought us 8 Billion Genies, which I thought was fun. I don't know if it's as mind-boggling as what some people put it out to be. Of course, it's going to be like a TV show or movie or something now. But I'm curious to see what the new thing's going to be, what Lucky Devils is really about. So, look forward to checking that out. Oh, book I'm excited for. Batman Dark Patterns, issue number 2. The Dan Waters and Hayden Sherman book. That's a really curious. So that's eyeball, all those nails and screws and stuff drilled around this guy's face because Batman gets into a fight with this guy that's like covered in nails and pins and whatnot. And Batman's like, I can't punch him anywhere without probably killing him. So how do you fight him? So We Are the Wounded. Really looking forward to this. Great detective style type, old school classic in all the right ways, Batman. So excited for that. And then, of course, we have The Wonderful Kaya, issue number 24. Just such a great, never fails action fantasy adventure book. Yeah, just always great. I'm looking forward to reading it and checking it out. Then up next we have Lawful, issue 6 of 8. Great. Looks like he's like riding the subway or whatever, and there's monster face painted over. Our main character, who was monstrous, has now been changed back from being monstrous. What does that mean in the grand scheme of things, considering where he was at? Just really looking forward to that. This has been really a lot of fun. Way more fun than I thought it was going to be from Greg Peck. And I was curious about it. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but way more thoughtful and intriguing than potentially what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little lighter than what it ended up being. So, pretty cool stuff. And then I got, this is issue 3 of Blood Brothers Mother. On my invoice, it says there's 1 issue, but they accidentally sent me 2. This is why I'm suspicious about my orders this time around. But anyway, I think this is issue 3, so this finishes it up. Just curious to see what resolution do we do in a single issue. I'm looking at my invoice to see, because my invoice will tell me if most of the time, yeah, this is 3 of 3. So I'm just not sure how this gets squared in a single issue. The story we have, so be curious for that. And then I got kind of a thing I didn't that when I was a young person didn't think existed. I mean, even before the internet, there were conversations around this as to whether it existed or not, and was it actually a physical thing? Was there more than one? Just lots of stuff like that around it. And late Christmas present to myself. I mean, I ordered it way before Christmas. Hummed and hawed about whether I want, and I'm like, I'm getting this, because this is my youth of DC Comics. It's kind of my a large portion of if I'm closing my eyes and you're naming characters and looks and stuff, this is what it looks like. If you bought any sort of DC product, well, probably even now, but certainly the 80s, 90s, and whatnot. Like if you bought a folder for school and it had DC characters on it, it was all based on this stuff. And so here it is. I got my DC Comics style guide. Let's put it this way. Super stoked. Standard manual. This big old box here. I didn't realize it was going to be as big as what it is. So here it is. Here it is. I am super, super stoked. So this is based on, or is the style guide that was produced. This was produced. It's Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. It is. He did all the work. And see, that's just classic. That's classic. That's classic. DC superheroes and whatnot. It says this is reproduced at 1-to-1 scale from a rare original source, first published by DC Comics back in 1982. And I think when it says first published in 1982, I don't know that it was published. I think it was produced as a thing to have around the office at DC Central to make sure their stuff stayed the way that they that they wanted it to. The reissue includes a style guide introduction, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Shazam, Justice League of America 1, Justice League of America 2, the Teen Titans, Plastic Man, Superpowers, and Superpowers Junior. But yeah, I'm just really hyped to have it. It's gonna be those things that I can just slowly pour through. Let's open the thing up. You got time, right? If not, you just turn it off by now. I don't think there's gonna be a video of me talking about comics this week because I didn't get this week's of comics. And I just got these, so I'll take the week to read them, and I will talk about them next week. So let's take off this funky piece of paper. Board at the bottom that tells me what it all is. There it is. Smells like a new book. But I mean, it down to the color swatch guide for the thing. It's even got, see, it's photocopied. These are literally photocopies. See the holes up there by Shazam's shoulder? See that circle? So this is photocopied of the originals that were in a 3-ring binder. Yeah, so you can see the 3-ring binder holes. Superboy and Krypto, Superman and Supergirl. Yeah, I'm just stoked. Yeah, see? Oh, we get into the Batman stuff, Batgirl. Some of the Rogues Gallery. Bruce Wayne is Batman. Yeah, 1982. This is really kind of my era of DC Comics as a whole. I will admit, though, that my Batman, if I close my eyes and think of Batman, my Batman is Jim Aparo's Batman. But yeah. Super excited. Anyway, I won't bore you anymore with that. Definitely looking forward to pouring over that in slow moments when I don't have other comics and whatnot. Exciting stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I will catch you next week where I'll be talking about these books that I just showed you right now. Anyway, have a great one, everybody.